Hey guys, it's Erica with an A. I wanted to touch bases with you guys and talk about my keto journey. I have been on the journey now since January 1st. It's now March 1st, so 2 months. And so I want to give you updates, tips, advice, my whole progress, just so you know exactly what it's like, okay? So if you haven't watched my last video, go back and watch it on my keto journey. It kind of gives you the backstory of how I've always suffered with weight gain, and being overweight. When I was younger, of course, I was average size. And then after I had my daughter 6 years ago, the weight had just been packing on and on. And then I got married last year and I lost some weight. I was feeling good. And then after I got married, I just started back eating again. And so now I want to do a restart. And my goal is 50 pounds by, I want to lose 50 pounds by May. And so I want to show you guys how it's been going. Okay, so when we touched base last month, we were at day 10 in my keto journey. So I gave you tips and advice on what I was doing for those 10 days. Now that I'm further into it, when people say the keto journey is truthfully a life-changing experience, it is, right? It makes you look at food differently. It makes you look at carbs very differently. And so I do appreciate this journey, and I think I am going to continue it even after my weight loss, because it's fun, right? Keto is actually really fun. It's cool to make different dishes and use different material and ingredients instead of carbs and sugars. And so it's actually a really good experience. Okay, so my tips so far since I've been on keto for 2 months, I would say that the number one tip, especially for my parents, my moms out there, is it is going to be difficult to eat keto if you are not cooking keto constantly. Okay, so my moms out there, I know you want to make your kids a separate meal. You know, they love the mac and cheese, they love hamburgers and all that kind of stuff, but try to include your keto meals with your children as well. I do fun meals with my kid. We have, I'll do pepperoni poppers, which is just pepperoni with mozzarella cheese toasted. I do sandwiches with my daughter, but she has keto bread instead of your regular white bread or wheat bread, and she actually enjoys it. She makes her own sandwiches now with that keto bread. Another thing is, even with sweets, right? Your kids are going to want ice cream, and they're going to want different dishes like that are sweet. But there are so many keto desserts out there. It's ridiculous. Like when I went to Walmart, I saw keto, you can make keto cakes and brownies and cookies. So there's so many things you can make. The best thing is, if you're a sweet person like me and you love sweets, always grab some keto ice cream, but be sure that you portion it out, right? You don't want to eat the whole pint of ice cream, but you do want to eat a small portion after dinner or something like that if you're craving it. Another advice I can give is make sure that everyone that you come in contact with is kind of aware that you're on this journey. Reason why is it's very difficult to go to birthday parties and go out to eat with your friends, and they don't know that you don't eat bread and you don't eat sweets, right? And so they'll order these things that you're like, I can't even eat that, right? So explain it to them early on so you don't come off as rude. I went to a kid's party and she's like, oh, eat the cake, eat the cake. And I'm like, I can't, right? I'm on a diet. So just make sure your family and friends are aware so they can help you through this process. Now, guys, I know you are dying to know what my progress is, and so I'm going to tell you what's going on there. But I will give you kind of a backstory of the difficulties I've had these last 2 months. All right, starting off is my birthday was January 16th, okay? And so one of my friends delivered me those delicious crumble cookies. So she gave me these 4 cookies. They were so good. And I'm like, oh, I have to eat it, right? I cannot throw this away after she spent this money to get it delivered to me. So I did have like half of the cookie on my birthday. And that was step one of getting out of ketosis, is I had this sugary cookie. Then my husband took me wine tasting, which I learned that you can drink red wine on keto. And so definitely take advantage of that. And so that was great. But then afterwards, we went to a fancy dinner and I'm like, oh, I have to eat some of this stuff because this is an expensive meal, right? So I would say that's the biggest difficulty, is when you have a birthday or something like that. You're probably going to step a little bit out of ketosis and step into eating low carb, but still kind of, dibbling dabbling. So watch out for that. Make sure if you take that break, that 1 day or 2 day, you jump right back into getting into ketosis, right? And so the best idea for me is take that day, right? Don't overindulge. Take that day and then jump right back into it, okay? Do not give up, because it's really easy to say, forget it. I'm just going to get some French fries, right? And then you keep doing that every day. And then you have about 7 days where you have been eating carbs all day long, okay? So that was my difficulty. One of them was special occasions. It's really difficult to kind of have that willpower to stay eating keto, right? Eating good, okay? Another difficulty I had was the weight loss, because the first couple of days, like 10 days or 14 days on keto, your body, you are losing weight. A lot of it is water weight, but when you check the scale, the numbers are going down each day. Guys, I was losing 1 pound, 2 pounds at least a day, right? But it slows down. So keep that in mind, that you may have a goal of you want to lose 20 pounds and you may lose the first 10 really quickly, right? But then that last 10 is going to take a little bit longer and more strategic ways that you want to do the weight loss. For example, so on keto, I've been trying to do intermittent fasting. So I don't eat until 1 o'clock, and then I eat a good healthy lunch, and then for dinner I'll have like a snack and then be done by 8 o'clock. That has really helped me focus on my keto journey, and also help me lose weight each day. Okay, so I always say intermittent fasting is definitely the key. And remember, you can change up the times as long as you only allow yourself that 8-hour window to eat, right? So I hear a lot of people, they do the 11 to 5 or that kind of thing. So whatever works with your schedule, okay? Another thing I would say is difficult is when you're doing keto, you're excited about keto. And so you want to try all these different things. You're like, oh, this is good. But then you find yourself that you have ate too much keto, right? You've had too much meat, right? Too much protein, too much cheese. So keep that in mind, is make sure that you are proportioning your plate, right? So if you're eating a meat, your meat should not be your only main course, right? Have a chicken leg, but make sure there's veggies on the plate. Have your chicken leg, but make sure that there's no carbs sitting next to it, right? So enjoy the meat, but not so much, because I found myself some days I would make these delicious meals and I'm eating them, yum, 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 and then I'm like, wait, I'm not losing any weight. And it's because I'm eating too much of that keto portion of the meal. So just watch out for that as well. Okay, now I know you guys are ready for my results, so I'm going to show you guys what I've been doing these last 2 months and where I'm at. So let's do measurements first, and then afterwards I'll tell you how much I've lost. So I tried to wear the exact same thing I wore in my last video, and I'll do that for every video coming until the end of May, to let you guys know, just so you can get a real clear visual about where I'm at, okay? All right, so let me stand up for you guys. Okay, so of course I have my measuring tape, guys. So I'll measure all the parts I measured the last video. Okay, so let's start off with the arms. So I've always been very cautious about my arms. I think I told this story in the last video. A guy in my high school told me hey, your arms are getting big. And once he told me that, I have had the same complex with my arms. And get this, I'm 31. This happened when I was 16. All right, so watch what you say to people. Okay, so arms first. I'm at 14 inches in the arms. Let's do the chest area. I've always been big chested and I've never had a problem with my chest. I think it's pretty proportional to my size. But let's see. I'm at 44.5 for the breast. Okay, let's check the lower part. The upper part of my abdominal. I'm at 40 in the upper part. And then let's check this stomach. Rewind Keto, she let us know that make sure that when you're measuring your stomach that you do the belly button over, because that'll give you the most accurate read. Okay, I'm at 47.5. And then my lower stomach, which I think most women hate, I'm at 50 inches. And then let me do my thighs, which I hate. I hate my thighs. I'm at 28.5. All right, so I will show you the results of where I was last video and to now. Okay, now that we're done with that, I want you guys to see my body. Okay, so if you remember the last video, I'm still struggling, of course, with my stomach. I want to lose more weight there, but I have noticed that my clothes are starting to fit a little bit better. I don't have much of a booty, but I do want to get it more in shape. The other side and down. Okay. So guys, the results are in. So since I have been on keto, which is 2 months exactly today, I have lost a total of 19 pounds, y'all. I am 19 pounds down. I started at 250, y'all. And so right now I'm at 232. I'm going on to 231. So I'm like 232.0. So I usually, let's round up a little bit. I'm at 231, okay? And so I'm really excited. So I'm down 19 pounds. It's not where I thought I would be, to be honest. I thought with keto I was going to lose weight a little quicker. But like I mentioned, guys, it's a lifestyle change. So I know you're expecting the weight to just drop, but truthfully, it's going to take a while, okay? It's going to take much longer than I thought. So my goal, of course, is still to lose 50 pounds by the end of May. I'm still on target to do that, and so I will give you guys an update here probably in the next couple weeks or even a month. It depends, and I'll let you know how the journey's going. Be sure to like and subscribe. Leave comments below with encouragement or ideas that I can use to help my weight loss. I have been working out, so my goal in March is to work out every day in March, and hopefully I can see my results a little more quicker. So just keep me posted with all your thoughts and prayers. And again, thanks for watching my video.